Hey everyone, I'm back with another episode of live videos just describing who I am. My name is Dr. J. Desiree Rodriguez, and you can just call me Desiree. I am so excited to share, when did I start? When did I become an author? What does that mean? Why? So I brought some goodies today so I could show you what exactly my books look like and just a little bit more insight of information behind them, how I got started. And of course, if you have any questions, if you would like to PM me, you're more than welcome to, or you can go to my website at www.jdesiree.com/LM for my Literature Matters nonprofit, all things literacy, or you can just subscribe to my website and I can get in contact with you. So, the first work of art that I ever published, I grew up in Omaha, Nebraska, and it was in the Nebraskan Journal, and I actually still have this. This is for real, 23 years old, and I still have it. My poem, I was in the 3rd grade, and it was right here. The first work of art was poetry, and during this time, it's funny because I wrote my poem about the color pink, and as I've gotten older, pink is my least favorite color. I actually love blue, cerulean blue. That is my favorite color. But it's funny, you know how sometimes when you reflect on some of the things that you did as a child and you think about where was I in that time, and it's funny because I use things like similes and metaphors, like pink is an eraser, it looks like lipstick, it's like smelling a rose. It's just funny like where my mind was as a child. But this was actually my first work of art that was published, and this was over 23 years ago. From there, since then I've published 4 different books. So I want to discuss this one, Eyes of Mine. So earlier today, I published a video talking about a review that's on Amazon from a customer. And I hadn't seen that review, and it was just so kind. It was so kind. And when I wrote this book, I was in high school when I published. I was 17 years old. And during that time, I gathered all the poems that I had from middle school through high school, and I asked some of my colleagues and friends and people I went to school with if they wouldn't mind reading over this poem, over that poem. I asked my AP English 11, her name was Mrs. Hostetler, and I asked if she didn't mind editing. And now as a former professor, I can't even fathom if a student of mine asked me to help edit their work. Because teachers are so consumed with so many things that they're doing, I can't even fathom someone asking me, but she was so kind and helped me edit my first book. And so a collection of these poems, I was lost, during those times, you're going through all these different feelings. And as a kid, love, friendship. I would love to read y'all one poem I haven't read in so long. So I would like to read this one. This one's called Unusual Feelings. I don't fit in here, don't you see? People laugh and giggle like how I used to be. People don't know what it feels like to be lonely or teased. I wish it was that easy to see how it could be. I don't fit in here, don't you see? They don't understand me like how things used to be. I wish they could understand if I had someone like a best friend tied to my hand like a strong rubber band. I want to scream. I want to shout. I want to hang out with people who make me happy. I mean, what's that about? I don't fit in here, don't you see? People hit, people fight from what's deep down they can't describe. People can be strong, people can be weak, but no one deserves the unusual feelings from what's high, low, or down beneath. Oh, ooh, that's an old one. That's an oldie. But as you read, my poems develop, friendships change, feelings changes. A lot. Some of these poems I dedicated to some of my really good friends in high school. But yeah, I have all 4 of my books linked to my Amazon storefront if you would like to grab yourself a copy. This one, Sunshine, a quick guide and story for first-time and busy moms. This book inspired me to write this book. What inspired me to write this book was becoming a first-time mom. I didn't know what I was doing, like most of us. I had taken, your first mom's live course that some of the hospitals allow you to do, through insurance, and you go through a series of different classes to prepare you. But amongst all the preparing, you really, really don't know what's expected. And so I started to write down some of my experiences and some strategies that I used that I feel helped me be successful during this time when I really didn't know what to expect. So in here, I do share some personal pictures. I even have my pregnancy test in here. Even a very personal picture when our daughter was born. And then I also provide, oh, look at this one too. I also provide a list here in the back. 5 quick tips for breastfeeding. So I did breastfeed our daughter, and so I just have some couple tips that might help. So if you're interested, I have linked this in my Amazon storefront. And then my best-selling book is this one, Alana's Great Dream Adventure. This book is so special to me. Just prayers up to my grandmother. She just passed this year, on my mom's birthday, actually. And one of my true goals was, as our daughter gets older, I never wanted her to not know where her family comes from and not know my grandmother. Our daughter called her not only abuela, but grand, because my grandmother is her great-grandmother, so she called her grand. But anyway, this book, it has a little bit of truth to it. My great-great-grandparents did own farms in the Dominican Republic. And so Alana's Great Dream Adventure is about her going back and meeting my grandmother when she was younger and speaking to her about all the different things on the farm. And it's in English and in Spanish. And then I also created an activity book to go with it. Especially after the pandemic, parents and teachers were trying to find different strategies to help support their kiddos. And so I came up with different activities, even a vocabulary chart, coloring, all the different things. But amongst all the things that I've published over the years, I would say these 2 are probably my pride and joy and best-selling, if I might add. And there will be more coming, but I want to continue to explain and tell y'all all about the books that I've already put out, And if you're unsure of what you would like to write, or if you would like to be an author, definitely give me a PM or shoot me an email at jadesirayRLLC@gmail.com, and I'd be more than happy to help you. Thank you for joining me for this little live session. Go to www.jadesirray.com for more information about me, about my books. If you would like to get you a copy, I've linked them in my Amazon storefront. But be on the lookout. This holiday season, I will be offering bundle packages. And if you would like to send or nominate a school or sponsor a school, please let me know so we can go ahead and put you on the list and we can make sure you get the books in time for the holiday season. Thank you guys. Till next time.